The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K's. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Leonard.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Davis is out there with Caldwell Pope. And it's McGee in at the center position. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. We're just halfway through the season, Brent. Talk about the value of leadership and keeping everyone focused night in and night out.
A lot of that will come from your coaching staff and the messaging, but I will tell you what, Kevin, playing with a star player that goes out there and does it night after night, watching James Harden, watching Russell Westbrook, watching Steph Curry, have the kind of unreal performances for the game 56, the game 68. You're just sitting there in amazement. You want to step up and say, you know what, I want to be there for you.
But to me, that may be the most important, like every game they're there. Like every single game.
They are there. They're excited to be there. They're excited for you to be playing, and they raise the level of your attentiveness to being competitive on a nightly basis. And truly, those guys become inspirational to you.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Davis. 32 points for him last game against Denver.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those 4 blocks. No, not today. Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. LeBron passes to McGee. Green with the ball. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. James against Beverley. Over Beverley. Good on the 13-footer.
Well, Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick back in 2012, a perennial all-star, 6 of his 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans, where he averaged over 20 points per game. He is a superstar and one of the more rare birds in the league at his position to be able to do what he does.
James against Beverley. Inside, here's Zubac. Good D by LeBron. And Brent, you look at the different ways that Davis can affect the game. What stands out to you most?
Well, really his skill level. There's a lot of talk about how much he's grown as a shooter and playing in the half court. But since he's come into the league, Kevin, the skill that I admire most about AD is what he does in transition. For him to get out on the break, run and be a target, and catch the ball at any position on the floor and know what to do with it, that's an amazing thing for a guy his size.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Bradley's checked in for Danny Green. And Cook subbed in for James. Now here's Harrell. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Oklahoma City. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bradley passes to Howard. Davis against Green. Back to Cook. Takes the 3. Sinks the triple.
The big man, the brow, finding a teammate and does a great job of seeing somebody that's uncovered.
Now here's Williams. Over Bradley. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition. Christmas Day basketball here on 2K Sports. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Jermichael Green is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Magruder in at the 3, the small forward.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
Here's Shamet following the score by Avery Bradley. Shamet kicks to Harrell. The pass to Williams. Passes it to Harrell. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Green breaking loose. Williams can't get it to go.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Here is Cook. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's Davis. Second chance shot. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Harrell.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And the trade for Anthony Davis a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Now here's Rondo. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go.
That's a perfect lob leading to a spectacular dunk from Davis there. Threw it up on time, on target.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's 1:40 left in the first half. Hits the three-point bomb.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And the rejection by Harrell. Caruso kicks to LeBron. Second shot opportunity. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Rondo's got his first 2 points of the night.
No doubt about that. It's a bonus anytime you can get Rondo to knock down those contested jump shots. Great focus there on the finish.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Pass to James. Shoots over Leonard. And James gets it to go on the assist by Rondo.
Would you like to have that matchup, Kevin? I mean, nobody wants to guard LeBron James, let alone 5 guys. Still doesn't do any good.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Out to the right wing. Harrell down low. He's against Kuzma. They grab their own miss. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Harrell did everything he could there to try to get the and one opportunity. Let's see if he can knock down some free throws.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Anthony Davis. Caldwell Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Green in for Alex Caruso. And here's Rondo. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Unloads. Here's McGee. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet. Kenny's a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. Looking at the Lakers, Kenny, some perspective. And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Davis. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward position. That's the Laker 5. LeBron, no luck.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the bright lights of L.A. perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
Back to Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Over Davis. And it's Leonard missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
The three from LeBron. Another miss by James.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Now the pass to LeBron. From the arc. Buries it from three-point range. James has got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
Yeah, you just are fearful if LeBron James gets going from there, the night turns into a long one.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Brent, for your money, who's the most complete player in the NBA right now?
Over the course of the past 2 years, nobody has impressed me more with his complete game than Kevin Durant. What he has done defensively has just been tremendous. And I know you have guys like Giannis, you have guys like Harden, you have guys like LeBron James, who are incredible players.
And Kawhi, what he did last
Leonard.
year. Yeah.
But Kevin Durant, to me, still is one of the most impressive complete players that we have in the game.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone.
Nice to see LeBron have a straight line drive. Somebody fell asleep there.
Clippers trail by 10. Now Shamet. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Green, and it's sent back by Howard.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Clippers have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Williams kicks to Harkless. Back to Williams. From downtown, Kuzma pulls it in.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
The drive by James, and LeBron throws it down.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Williams scanning the floor, and the wide open shot from Green buries the long-range jumper. Green's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Clippers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Caruso. High arcing shot, James. Here's Howard, uses the glass to finish the layup. Howard's got his first points of the game.
I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Lakers on top. They lead by 13. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, are down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Williams. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot. Rondo looking over the floor. Pass to Howard. Over Harrell. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 11-point game. He kicks it to Williams. Back to Leonard. Over Caldwell Pope. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Williams.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Cook, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Dishes to LeBron. The Clippers grab the miss.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Williams kicks to George. Fires the 3. Doesn't go that time. And the Lakers going the other way now. Rondo against Leonard. Rondo passes to Howard. James with it. And James throws it down hard.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
And the Clippers call time here. Seems like nearly everyone, Brent, can shoot the 3. Records being broken every year. How long do you think this age of shooting is going to last?
The tipping point, I'm not sure where that is, but the fact that the Houston Rockets in the past 2 seasons have done what it is that they've done, shooting more 3s than 2s for 2 consecutive seasons, is just a mind-boggling thing to me, Kevin. I think,
but where has it got?
Well, I think that we're kind of at
the tipping
maximum.
point.
I think we are at the tipping point. I don't know how much more you can do, but the teams that are seeing those other teams having success with it are trying to emulate it without the talent that you have. So the next few years are going to be interesting to see how it is or where it is that a transformative player maybe brings the game back towards inside the 3-point line, or what strategies change to create even more 3-point shots.
And it's Leonard missing. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Fires from 14. And that one hits back iron. Clippers trail by 13. Fires from the line. And it's Leonard again missing. Lakers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Lakers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McGee's shot is off. On offense, here are the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The free throw drops for Leonard.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.